In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about the AND operator, or the AND keyword in a where clause. But before we do that, I just want to show you something called datePart. This is a function that's built into SQL Server, and you can basically take a date and parse out different parts of it. Let me just run getDate, which is a standard out-of-the-box function. Today is April 25th, 2014. It is 12:30 p.m. and 11 seconds and 190 milliseconds. At least when I ran that, the computer thought it was. That's great. I just want to extract the year. So the way that you can do that, you can say select date part, and then the first thing you pass in is what's the date part, and then the next part is the date, and I'm just doing getDate. And I'm going to call it YR when it comes out. Here, in this line, I called it DT, just, so it doesn't come back with nothing. Here, notice YY is not in single quotes. It's just YY by itself. So now if I run this, it tells me that the year is 2014. That is really powerful. By the way, what happens if you do it like this? Uppercase? Doesn't seem to care. Okay, so just real quick, that is how you use the datePart function so that the next part here makes sense. Now, what I'm going to do is select star from the employees table just to show you what's here. Now, in this case, there's 5 different departments, and just so that you know, the DP key for 4 actually stands for the IT department. So in this case, what we're doing is we're just picking out like the IT people and the developers, okay? So they have a lot of cool names and everything, but these are all the, they all have a DP key of 4, and as you notice, they're all sort of making a ton of money. So that's great. That's because they're software guys. What do you want? And because they also do training. Now, what I want to also show you, though, is this is how you would say, and we haven't gotten to the AND word yet, but select star from employees. This is showing me where everybody is in department number 4, right? That's what we just ran. Conversely, here's a completely different query. We're going to select star from employees where the date part of, see their hire date? I want to look at where they were hired in the year 2009 or less. So let's go back to the employee table and let's look at the hire date. Now here's somebody in 2008, 2009, 2011, Roy Patel, not going to be on there. Tony Macaroni, not going to be on there. So let's run this and see what we get. So you see there is no Roy Patel, there is no Tony Macaroni. Everybody here, their hire date, this hire date, the date part of it, meaning the year, is 2009 or less. So the date part function is handy, but that's not what this video is about. So here the hire dates are 2008, 2009, 2009. So you kind of get that. But now the question comes up, when might you ever need to get both of these pieces of information simultaneously, like in this case? We want to take all the people that are developers or IT guys and that were hired in 2009 or earlier. And the reason why is because in a case like this, the company might have been bought out or they're handing out bonuses, and it's only for people in this department that was really productive, but that have only been there for a certain amount of time. So just for the sake of argument. So if we run this query, see now we know that there were 4 people in this department. But see how one of them, Roy Patel, came in on 2011? He won't be in this next one. Because see here, the DP key has to be 4, and the date part has to be 2009 or less for the year. So AND makes it where it's really an intersection. It has to be everybody that is in this set of results and this set of results, they have to be in both of them to show up in this last one. And so that's why this only has 3 people. Now let me just show you one last thing, not to kick a dead horse. Here, I'm running the same query that we just did. We have our 3 guys here. You may think that this is easy enough to read, but take my word for it. This query could be a lot longer, and it could go 14 miles off the end of the page. What you might want to get in the habit of doing, and you're going to develop your own style for this, but learn how to indent. Beat it into the people that you work with to follow the same rules. It doesn't matter what the rules are, as long as they make sense and everybody kind of conforms to them, because when you have very long where clauses, that are partly dynamic and partly you're passing in text and all this other kind of fun stuff, you really want to make it readable. So here, we could even blow this out a little more like this. But basically, select all from employees where this is all part of the where clause. But do you see how it gets lost in here? There is an and, but do you see how it kind of gets lost? And this is a simple where clause. In this case, select star from employees where, and then it has dp key equals 4, and date part has to be less than or equal to 2009. So that's really a simple couple of ways how you would actually use the and keyword. And next we're going to be looking at the or keyword.